The beautiful island of Skopelos in the northern Sporades is an island that I personally believe to be underrated. It's got crystal clear waters and a stunning coastline. It's located in what is known as the northern Sporades, just east of Skiathos. So in order to get there, first we must sail from Skiathos over to Skopelos. It's a short sail, only about 7 nautical miles, and it's a sail that I've done multiple different times. The wind is light today, but it is enough for us to sail at a leisurely pace, and since it is only 7 miles, there's no rush. Prepare for impact. But as we get closer to the island, the wind disappears and it's time to motor into the harbor, where we have a delicious dinner at a traditional Greek fish tavern. In the next morning, we get up and it's time to start exploring the lovely island of Skopelos. We rent a scooter and head over across the island to the stunning islet with a monastery on top, known as Castri. Anytime I see these monasteries like this in Greece where they're built in unexpected places, I always wonder about the builders that made them and how difficult it must have been to construct these buildings. There are almost always monasteries in these locations that are seemingly uninhabitable and unbuildable on, but they always find a way, and I'm absolutely floored every time I see them. As someone who has worked in carpentry and worked in construction, I can imagine that it would be an astoundingly difficult task to build on top of this tiny little mountain. After a nice visit to Castri, we continued our way down the beautiful coastline of Greece to the center of the island. So what is this?
Tomb, and one is not even finished. They started to carve it, but they didn't finish it.
Tombs for who?
Cat.
After a day of exploring the island, it was then time to sail again. When we decided we wanted to head out, the boat next to us beat us to it, but then they got their anchor completely fouled up, and so we had to sit there and wait for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes while they unfouled their anchor so that we could head out and start sailing. It's okay, boss, could happen to anybody. In this time lapse, I find quite interesting because you can see, in order to navigate through this small cluster of islands, we had to switch point of sail multiple different times. From a broad reach to running with the wind, wing on wing, to a broad reach, to wing on wing, hold that for a while, and then as we start to come around the southwest side of the island, we jibe the Genoa over and end up on a port tack broad reach, which I think is indicative of sailing, how sometimes you have to go right in order to go left. You just have to zigzag and work with what you've got in the wind direction in order to get to where you want to go. As we rounded the island of Skopelos, the wind did end up completely disappearing, and so we ended up motoring the rest of the way into the bay. And once we got into the bay, it was time to go for a nice swim.
Bon voyage.
And there were a couple things of note on this snorkel expedition that we had. One was, if you see the cloudy area, the foggy area in the water, that's not something on the lens, that was in the water. So we think it was maybe fresh water being introduced into the salt water and clouding the salt water. I thought that was fascinating. Another thing is, found this beautiful seashell, and the seashell was so delicate that I was wondering at first if it was maybe a plastic replica of a natural seashell. Turns out it's real. Almost immediately after finding the seashell, I spotted the best thing of the day. And you can hear Nikki kind of freak out when she sees it. I don't know if you can see it or not. You see it? You see it? There's an octopus there. If you don't see it yet, it's right there. Amazing camouflage, huh? So I take another dive down because I want to give it the shell as a present, but as I get closer, it senses that I might be a threat, and the octopus freezes, changes color and texture immediately. I mean, look how fast this octopus changes color and texture and just camouflages almost perfectly in with that rock. Absolutely amazing. I give him the shell because I've seen videos of octopuses using them as little temporary homes. As soon as I start to ascend, you can see he just slinks off into the rocks and then completely disappears and we lose him.
And then as soon as we took our heads out of the water, he disappeared and knew we weren't looking.
Within the sea, one of my favorite creatures. I've read some books on octopuses. Some people say octopi, but I'm pretty sure the correct is octopuses. It's a long, heated debate what is the correct pronunciation. But anyway, they're fascinating creatures, and I highly recommend that you learn more about them, or maybe I can make a video about octopuses at some point if you're interested in that. But I love them, and I love finding them out in the wild, and I love seeing them change texture and color, and wow, that was a treat. So besides that, there was nothing really of note on that snorkel.
Okay.
After we dry off, we hop in the dinghy and we head over to the picturesque peninsula of Three Pines. And it's called Three Pines because there are three lone pines at the end of this peninsula. And this was a great place to fly the drone. I really enjoyed flying FPV here. Just a lot of fun. A very fun, beautiful place to play around with the drone. Try to get some cool cinematic shots and then just enjoy the flying of the FPV drone. But of course, I ended up getting the drone stuck in the tree. Almost got it. Thank you. Pretty well stuck up there.
You almost destroyed the sightseeing.
After a fun time flying, we headed back to the boat, and I let Nikki steer the dinghy for her first time.
I am the dinghy captain.
Sailing brought us here to Skopelos, but it's the land and the adventure that left a mark on me. Every time that I set foot on a new island, I'm reminded that we're not just passing through nature, we're made of it. Out here, your skin feels everything. Salt, sun, wind, and it doesn't take very long to realize that modern products weren't made for this kind of thing. That's why I started making my own. Captain Salve isn't some idea I had in a boardroom. It's what I needed whenever the sea and the sun left their trace. It's whole, it's handmade, it's skincare that belongs in the wild. It's 100% natural, made with ingredients that don't just sit on your skin, but they feed your skin. So if you're exploring like this, if you're building a life that wears on your body in the best kind of way, or even if you're living a more domesticated life, this is for you. You're not gonna find anything like it on the shelf, and that's why I made it. Captain Salve, made from the elements for the ones who live in them. Big love. See you next week.